When I first learned that the theme of our talk this year would be Imagine, I felt absolutely spoiled for choice. But I pulled the word image from the forefront, and immediately what sprang to mind were the images that are affiliated with Northern Ireland and the power they have to conjure different emotions and responses from each and every one of us. But the power of rhetoric and imagery here in our province is absolutely unparalleled to anywhere else. Saying something slightly controversial like, no surrender, or our day will come, in the wrong place at the wrong time, actually has the power to start a riot here. Just think about that for a second. Those very few words actually have the power to maim someone. Some of these images behind me here are capable of triggering some memories of some maybe awful attacks, violence, and hatred. But the thing is, here in our province, to your neighbour, maybe a couple of miles down the road, they might conjure emotions on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, such as pride, patriotism. Now, my parents, Helen and Pat, taught me two very important lessons growing up. They would say, Maria, you are no better than anybody else. And second of all, every person you see and meet each day is someone else's child. To my parents, it didn't matter what your background was. You were someone else's son or daughter, and that was the start, the middle, and the end of it. I was lucky enough that that was the rhetoric that I knew. I've carried these two very simple lessons with me and use them every day because they will never be irrelevant or lose their pertinence in any circumstance. But I have to say, I'm looking around almost 20 years later, the same images conjuring the same negative emotions, the same no surrenders and our day will come, having the power to curl your toes and make people uncomfortable. And quite frankly, I'm a little fed up, and I'm certain that I'm not the only one. Now, this image of the pride flag should ignite passion, pride, and someday maybe even patriotism like those other flags that I showed you earlier, if Northern Ireland would legislate for same-sex marriage, to give every person, son or daughter, the same rights that we have, because we are no better than anyone else, because we are made equal in our humility. These lessons that my parents taught me are even relevant here. I am an ally of the LGBT community, and I'm currently writing my master's thesis on how the petition of concern has been used as a weapon against the tide of progress in our province. The late and wonderful Lear McKee stood in this building exactly 2 years ago and preached a similar message herself from a perspective of love, kindness, and understanding when she told us about her adventure to the United States of America to that mosque. Just like those messages of my mum and dad, Lear's message will never be irrelevant in any circumstance because the message behind them is love. Let us use the archaic language, let us evolve, and let us do it together. On behalf of every member of the LGBT community and its allies, I'd like to get the ball rolling with you all here today. On the issue of same-sex marriage in Northern Ireland, there will be no surrender and our day will come. Thank you very much.